Hello homeschool moms. In this video I'm going to be giving you an update on how our school year is going. I also want to share with you how things are going for my pre-K child who is using the BJU Press Distance Learning K4 curriculum, and then also share with you how things are going for my second grader, fourth grader, and sixth grader. If you didn't see the video that came out last week, that was an update on my eighth grader and all the curriculum that she is using, so I will link that down below. I am trying to record this video in our little playroom classroom area with my little guy here. He is in the midst of potty training, so I have to keep a close eye on him. So he is, he's my doctor. Look at, can I show them look. Are you helping, are you checking mommy, making sure I'm healthy while I'm doing the video?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you. How about your doggy? Does he need to be checked too? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's always exciting, isn't it, when we are moms and trying to juggle more than one thing at a time. But he was playing really nicely. I thought, hey, I'll record a video. So we'll see how this goes. But first off, let me share just in general how our homeschool year is going. We have not, well, first of all, I should say it's going well. We have not gotten into a good routine though, or at least a routine that I like. We are in a good routine for my kids. When we moved in just a few months ago, we were staying up late, decorating and unpacking. Well, I shouldn't say decorating, mostly unpacking and just getting things set up and exploring our area and all of that. And so we were getting to bed late, and then everybody was sleeping in, and then the kids wanted to play with toys that they haven't seen in a long time. And so then it was maybe an hour or so before lunch that we would finally get to school. And then we'd have lunch, and they'd want to go outside and play for a little bit in our new backyard. And then we would really get the bulk of our schoolwork done in the afternoon, like late afternoon, right up to dinner time when the kids are saying, they're wrapping up and saying they're hungry, and I'm looking at the clock going, it's dinner time and I haven't even thought about dinner. So then they go back outside to play. While I made dinner, we'd have a late dinner and a late bedtime, and it would just start all over again. And we have not broken out of that yet. But here's the thing, my kids love that schedule. They love staying up late, they love sleeping in, and they love having kind of a slow, easy morning and just getting everything done in the afternoon. So it's working for them, so I'm probably not going to change up our schedule until after Christmas when we start up kind of the new semester. It's not working that great for me. I just feel like we're doing school all day long, even though some of our school day, we're not really doing anything in the morning, and I could use that time for other things. I'm just kind of waiting. I feel like I'm always just waiting for them to start school. So I don't feel like I'm as productive, but it's working good for them, so we're going to stick with it. So that's kind of how we're doing. Things are rolling at our house. We took some time off to have my parents visit, which we loved, and I love that homeschooling gives us that flexibility to take time off when people are visiting or exciting things are taking place. So we haven't probably progressed as far into curriculum in our school year as we normally would have, especially since we got a late start with our move, but I'm totally fine with that, and that's one of the reasons we homeschool year-round, so that we never really feel like we're behind. We are just moving along at the pace that we need to move along at. Now, I have had so many people ask about how things were going with my 4, almost 5-year-old who is using the BJU Press Distance Learning K4 curriculum. And now, just so you know, the K4 curriculum from BJU, if you're teaching it on your own, that is completely different. They've revised it, updated it. It is a completely different curriculum than is used with the distance learning program. And I will try to do a full review at the end of the year of the distance learning K4 curriculum. But for now, I'm just going to give you a quick update. My 4, almost 5-year-old really enjoys it. Now, we purchased it. I purchased it not really for him to do school. I'm not really concerned with him learning a whole bunch. We will start kindergarten next year when he's 5, almost 6, just because his birthday is so late in the fall. So I didn't purchase it really for school. I purchased it as educational entertainment, and that is exactly what it is. He is really enjoying it, and it gives me an hour where I know he's learning something and being entertained. And then I have an hour of time to work with my older kids on things that maybe we need to do that we don't want a whole bunch of interruptions with. My second grader, my 2-year-old, my 2.5-year-old right over here who's getting potty trained and is playing, he actually loves the K4 videos as well. So the two of them, my 4, almost 5-year-old and the 2-year-old, love watching the videos. Now they are outdated, but that doesn't bother them at all. And they are actually, he's learning a lot. My 4, almost 5-year-old is learning, and it's entertaining. It's entertaining him and keeping him busy. So it's doing what I wanted it to do, which was educational entertainment. And I will give a full review at the end of the year. We are not doing all of the activities or anything like that. I tell him just to watch the video. If there's a worksheet that I can just pull out for him, rip out for him, then he will do it. But if it's an art project or snack, most of the time we're not doing them. Oh, you want me to wear this?
No, me.
Oh, you're gonna wear this? Okay. He's gonna put this on. Here we go. All right, give me your other hand. There you go. So that's just a quick update on how the BJU Distance Learning K4 curriculum is going. It's working really well for us, but I will do a full review at the end of the year because I know it probably isn't going to be a perfect fit or great fit for a lot of people, but it's working really well for us. So I wish I could do that review sooner, but I feel like we need to use a little bit more of the curriculum before I give you a full review, but that's just a little update on that. Second grader, fourth grader, and sixth grader, I'm going to kind of lump them all together. My second, fourth, and sixth grader are all using the Spell to Write and Read program for spelling and also for learning to read. And well, we used it for phonics, but they're past the phonics stage. And we are plugging along through that curriculum. We're not moving as quickly as I would have liked because with our schedule or lack of schedule, I am really having a hard time finding a good time to squeeze in the Spell to Write and Read program and doing it with them, because that's the one thing that I am teaching. And I'm doing 2 levels. So I have my 6th grader doing 1 level and my 2nd and 4th grader I've grouped together. So the word list is a little above my 2nd grader and a little below my 4th grader. But the great thing about Spell to Write and Read is that doesn't matter. They are still learning and growing in their knowledge of the English language and of spelling rules and all of that, even though they're, one's a little bit more challenged and one's a little bit below their level. But I wanted to teach just 2, and I'm having a hard time trying to get those 2 in. I would ideally do them either when my 2-year-old is napping or when the 4-year-old and the 2-year-old are watching the BJU video, but I can't even explain. Just something always happens during that time that I need to work with somebody else or other people have questions. So we're making slow progress with Spell to Write and Read, but I'm amazed at how much they have improved in the little bit that we have done the beginning of the school year. They've really jumped leaps and bounds already. So that's what I love about Spell to Write and Read. Now my little guy is hammering the wall. Are you fixing the wall for me? Yeah. Did it break? Yeah. Oh, I am so glad. You are such a good helper, but you might want to hammer the kitchen set or something else and not the wall, okay? Okay. Or how about the stool? Can you fix the stool? Okay, you fix the stool for me. Let's just put a hole in the wall of our new house. Okay, that's how Spell to Write and Read is going. My 2nd, 4th, and 6th grader, most of their other curriculum is BJU Press Distance Learning. My 6th grader is doing Matthew C, so that's one of the things that she's doing that's not BJU, and that's going well for her. And my 2nd grader is doing Memoria Press Copybook Penmanship, and that's going really well. She's loving it. So everything else is BJU. Oh, now you're hammering something else. Good job. I love how you're fixing things. Yes. So when it comes to BJU Press and the distance learning program and how that's working for us, it's going really well. I shared in an earlier video how we're kind of modifying it and tweaking and changing it to make it work better, to reduce the screen time for my kids and to minimize their workload. And so we are continuing to do all of those things that I shared with you in the other video. I will link that video down below if you're curious about how I am changing things. We did decide to do one other thing different with the BJU Press distance learning, and that is with history for my 2nd and 4th grader. My 2nd and 4th grader, when they were watching the videos and when I was reading the textbook to them, which they could read the textbook themselves, but I like to read it to them so I at least know what they're learning. So when they were watching it and when I was reading it to them, I found that they were drawing pictures of what either I was reading or that they were learning on the videos. And so it was after a few weeks I started asking them, well, what's in this picture? You know, why did you draw this? And they were able to tell me so many details about what they learned from the history lesson. And I realized they are learning so much more by watching the video and listening to the instruction and drawing, and then telling me what they learned from it than when they didn't draw at all. When they didn't draw, what I found was we'd go to do the worksheets and they couldn't remember anything. They're like, I was learning about, I don't know, Mom, moving west, something about the gold rush, So I found that when they're drawing the pictures, they really are retaining a lot of information. So what I have told them is if they draw a picture and they can give me a good amount of information back, not a good amount, but if they can explain back to me through their drawing what they learned in that lesson, then they do not have to do any of the worksheets that go with the BJU Press curriculum. It's just like a guaranteed, if you draw a picture and you can explain to me some of the things you learned from the picture, you don't have to do any more worksheets. And so they are loving that, and it's made history a lot more fun to them because they love drawing. And now we have this wonderful little notebook of all these drawings that tell that show history, and it helps them remember. They can go back and look at the drawings and they remember all those things that they learned. And so that has just been a great change that we have made with history. That wraps up this update video for pre-K, 2nd grade, 4th grade, and 6th grade. If you have not seen the 8th grade update that I did, make sure to check that out. It'll be linked down below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye.